70 divided by 10 we know is equal to 7 because 70 divided by 10 is in both our 7 times table and our 10 times table. We know that 7 times 10 will give us an answer of 70. So let's just explore this a little bit further. So 70 is a whole number. So we've got 7 tens, we've got 0 units, and we can put 0.0 at the end. That doesn't change the value of our number at all if we put 0 tenths in our whole number. Right, so this just helps us a little bit in terms of working out our whole number divided by 10, because we'd like to see where the decimal point actually is. So now that we can see the decimal point, we need to understand that when we are dividing by 10, which has 1 0, each of these values, so each of these digits is going to become one place value. It's going to move one place value to the right, because that means that will show us that each of these digits becomes 10 times smaller. So 7 at the moment is 7 tens. So 7t becoming 10 times smaller, this 7 has to become a unit. And this 0 units becomes 0 tenths. And this 0 tenths will become 0 hundredths, and so on. So 7.00 is exactly the same as just 7. So we can see there how we get our answer. Right, let's have a look at another example. Let's look at 6.8 divided by 10. So as you can see, 6.8 is already in a decimal format, okay? So it's not a whole number. So with our whole numbers, we put 0.0 at the end so that we can see where our decimal point actually is in a whole number, which will always be at the end of a whole number. But with 6.8, we know where the decimal point is, so we know that the 6 is our units, and then we've got our decimal point, and our 8 is our tenths. Right, so we're wanting to divide 6.8 by 10, so we know that our decimal point will always stay in the same position, and it's our actual numbers or our digits that become however many place values smaller. So because when we're dividing by 10 that only has 1 0, we just move our digits one place value to the right. So let's put in a placeholder there, because we know that putting zeros in front of any whole number or any number doesn't change the value. It's just a placeholder. We know that we've got 0 tens in this number. So our 0 tens is now going to be 0 units. Our 6 units is now going to be 6 tenths. And our 8 tenths is now going to be 8 hundredths. So our answer there is 0.68. So 6.8 divided by 10 will give us an answer of 0.68. Right, what I would like to do now is to just show you a slightly easier way of working these things out without having to write all of this down. Okay, so without having to do all this working out, it's very important that you understand everything that happens when we're working with our place values, and that when we are dividing by 10, 100, and 1,000, it's our place values that change, and it's not actually our decimal point that moves. But just for the sake of working out, because obviously in tests there's a lot of test pressure and we've got time constraints as well. So let's have a look at 70.0 divided by 10. When we are dividing by 10, we are going to actually move, just to show our working, we're going to move our decimal point one place to the left, and that is more just to indicate that we know that it's actually our place values that are changing. So our 7 now becomes a unit, which is why the decimal point is directly after the 7, because 70, in the number 70, the decimal point was after the 0 units, and now in the number 7, the decimal point is after this 7 because it's just 7 units. And 7.0 is also just equal to 7. Right, let's have a look here at our 6.8. 6.8 divided by 10. Because we are only dividing by 10, which has 1 0, we are going to take our decimal point, even though we know the decimal point doesn't move. It's these digits that are moving to the right because they're becoming 10 times smaller, so they're moving one place value to the right. So we just take our decimal point and move it one place to the left, and then we put in our placeholders. So we end up with 0.68, just like what we did here. Let's have a look at dividing whole numbers by 100. So 28 divided by 100, we can write 28.00. So, and we can put a placeholder at the front as well. So that's 0 hundredths, 2 tenths, 8 units, and then we've got our decimal point, and then we've got our tenths, and we've got our hundredths. Right. So when we are dividing by 100, which has 2 zeros, we need to know that each of these numbers or digits are going to move 2 place values to the right because they are becoming 100 times smaller. So this 2 will end up after the decimal point in the tenths column because it misses out the units column and goes straight to the tenths column. And our 8 will become 8 hundredths. So our 8 units becomes 8 hundredths, and we can put our placeholder there in our units column. So our answer for 28 divided by 100 is equal to 0.28. You can put these zeros at the end over there, but that doesn't change the value of your number at all, so you can just leave them out. So our answer is 0.28. Right. If we now have a look at the other method that we went through, so 28.0 divided by 100, and we can put a place value at the front. Let's take our decimal point, and because 100 has 2 zeros, we move 2 place values to the left, even though we actually know that it's the 2 and the 8 that are moving to the right by 2 places. So as you can see, we get exactly the same answer, 0.28. Let's have a look at 87 divided by 1000. So we have got 87.0 divided by 1000. And we know that the 8 and the 7 and the 0 will move 3 place values to the right. So at the moment we've got 8 tenths, 7 units, and 0 tenths. And this 8 will now move 1, 2, 3 places to the right. So we've put in our placeholders, and our 7 will move 1, 2, 3 places to the right, and then we can put that 0 at the end, but we don't actually need to. So we end up with an answer of 0.087. Let's have a look at another example. 24 divided by 10,000. 24 divided by 10,000, we can write as 24.0. And because our 10,000 has 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, our 2 and our 4 are going to move 4 places to the right. But what we can also do is we can bring in 4 decimal places with our decimal point. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our new decimal point. We just need to put in our placeholders there. So we end up with an answer of 0.0024. Let's have a look at 56,000 divided by 1,000. So because we are dividing by 1,000, which has 1, 2, 3 zeros, we need to put our 0.0, we need to bring in 3 decimal places. So we bring in 1, 2, 3 decimal places. So we end up with an answer of 56 or 56.0. And that is because, as you can see, because there were 3 zeros there, there were 3 zeros there, we just end up with our 56. So another way of thinking about it is, what do you multiply 56,000 by? What do you multiply 1,000 by in order to get 56,000? And your answer will be 56. Let's have a look at 87,000 divided by 10,000. So because 10,000 has 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, we bring in 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places. So our answer is equal to 8.7. If we have a look at 90300 divided by 1 million, because we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros in a million, we need to bring in 6 decimal places. So we've got 0.0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's our new decimal point. We put in our placeholders and we end up with an answer of 0.0903. And you can put your 000 at the end, but you don't have to.